A mitzvah is worth much more. This is a story about Rabbi Yehuda hanasi. A fancy carriage stopped in front of Rabbi Yehuda hanasi's home. Its door opened and a servant stepped out. Soon a knock was heard on Rabbi Yehuda hanasi's door. "My master, King Artaban, has sent me to Rabbi Yehuda hanasi," announced the servant. King Artaban ruled over the kingdom of Persia. He liked and respected the great Jewish rabbi, Rabbi Yehuda hanasi. Rabbi Yehuda entered and greeted the visitor. "What can I do for you?" he asked. My master, the king, is sending you a present," the servant said, taking out a small box from his pocket. "He asks from you that you send him back a gift which is worth as much as this one." Rabbi Yehuda hanasi carefully opened the little box. Inside, a priceless diamond sparkled brightly. "Please wait," Rabbi Yehuda hanasi asked the servant. "I will prepare a special valuable gift to return to the king." Rabbi Yehuda hanasi called a sofer. "Please write a mezuzah for me," he told him. Rabbi Yehuda hanasi planned to give the mezuzah to the king as a return gift. Usually, one is not allowed to give a holy thing like a mezuzah or sefer Torah to a non-Jew, for he might not know how to take proper care of it. He might even throw it into the garbage, chas v'shalom. But Rabbi Yehuda hanasi knew that even though Artaban was not Jewish, he believed in Hashem. He would treat the holy mezuzah respectfully. In addition, since Rabbi Yehuda hanasi told the sofer that the mezuzah was not going to be written for a Jew, it did not have the same holiness as a regular mezuzah. When the mezuzah was ready, Rabbi Yehuda handed it to the king's servant. The servant thanked Rabbi Yehuda hanasi and left. When King Artaban received his gift, he was a little surprised. What kind of present was this? He did not know what a mezuzah was, but he did know that Rabbi Yehuda hanasi was very wealthy. He had imagined he would receive something of real value from the rabbi. "Of what importance is a small scroll with Hebrew letters?" he asked. King Artaban called his servant. "I don't understand," he said. "Go back to Rabbi Yehuda hanasi and ask him to explain his gift." The royal carriage pulled up again in front of Rabbi Yehuda hanasi's home. "My master asked me to come back and ask you for an explanation," the servant told Rabbi Yehuda hanasi. "He sent you an extremely valuable diamond. Why'd you send him back a piece of cheap parchment?" Rabbi Yehuda hanasi smiled. He explained, "Go tell your king as follows. The gift that I sent you is worth much more than the one you sent me. It's called a mezuzah. We place it on our doorposts. The Hebrew letters on the parchment say that we believe in Hashem, love Him, and want to do His will. Because we fulfill the mitzvah of mezuzah, Hashem guards our homes. Evil angels and spirits cannot harm us. Moreover, the diamond you sent me has to be guarded all the time, since it can get lost or stolen. My parchment, though, will guard you and protect you from harm." So Rabbi Yehuda hanasi's gift is basically doing things for the king himself. That's why he's saying you, but the diamond he has to watch over. King Artaban had an only daughter whom he loved dearly. One day she became very sick. An evil spirit had entered her body. All the royal doctors were called, but they were unable to cure her. When they saw the king approach his daughter's bed, they sadly shook their heads. There was no hope for the young girl. Suddenly, King Artaban remembered his gift he had from the Jewish rabbi. Hadn't Rabbi Yehuda mentioned that it protected a person from harm? He ordered a servant to bring the parchment and attach it to the doorpost of his daughter's bedroom. Immediately, the evil spirit left the sick girl, and she began to feel much better. "How right was Rabbi Yehuda hanasi," said the ruler joyfully. "My diamond needs to be watched, but his mezuzah protects us from harm. Now the diamond rightfully belongs to him. I made a fine exchange." Rabbi Yehuda hanasi taught Artaban that all valuables and money in the world are worth less than a mitzvah. Artaban understood the truth of this. He was impressed with the power of a mitzvah that he decided to become a ger. So he became a ger. After he became Jewish, he learned how to check mezuzot to make sure they were kosher, and he began to check the mezuzot of Jews living in Eretz Israel. So there was a big Kiddush Hashem Rabbi Yehuda hanasi made. He made a non-Jewish king, imagine a king, become a ger. So thank you for listening to my story about Rabbi Yehuda hanasi.